Hi there people, welcome to this video. Today we're talking about the full Armor Slave Wraith. It's a suit I also like very much. I think I say that every video, but I really like this suit because of the design. It's basically held up by duct tape in dreams and I love it. So let's talk about the weapons. The primary weapon I have here, and I prefer to use it, is the linked 100mm machine gun. I like it, but it's more of a casual weapon sort of thing, because I believe the Gundam ground type beam rifle is the best option here. You have very little heat rate for a shot, and you can charge it for an instant stagger, which is pretty good. Because the only other instant stagger of the suit, you have to stop to fire, so that can be a bit annoying. Though, I think I'm using this one for the match, and I'm not very used to it, so yeah, you've been warned. The chest Vulcans exist, and you'll understand why soon. The flash grenade is interesting, but quite situational. The Gatling cannon is very fun to use. It's a Gatling cannon. I mean, if you like shooting stuff, the Gatling cannon is very good. And it deals quite a lot of build-up staggers, so it's quite useful. The half missile launcher is something that is very conflicting because it has great burst damage, but it's also the only instant stagger weapon. And each of the missiles you fire, they stagger. So it's very odd. I'm going to talk about it later. You also get a shield, which is pretty good. For skills, you have the standard support stuff. Frontline support system, always great for your team. Stabilization device, I'm going to talk about it later, very good. Precision shelling, again, very good in combination with stabilization device. Anti-jamming, quite useful. Personnel radar, situational, but I mean, it's nice to have. Explosive reactive armor, also going to talk about it later, very good. Fake beacon, kinda useless. Pursuit ranged auxiliary program, interesting. You can deal more ranged damage to toppled enemies. Quite useful. So let's go for a test and let's talk a bit more about it. As I use the rifle on the match, I'm going to show off this weapon. It has quite a good DPS for a primary. You can move while shooting. It's very interesting for just suppressing enemies. As you can see, the Gatling cannon can stagger quite quickly, and this is very good for when enemies are boosting towards you because they think they can win against the Gatling gun, and spoilers, they can't. As you can see for the missiles, they deal a lot of burst damage. The problem is you fire 4 at a trigger pull, and they all stagger, so it's kind of a waste to use it as a burst damage option. And you also take quite a bit of startup time to shoot them, so it can be quite annoying. Just showing the beam saber, just in case you're curious. You're probably not, because this is support, so it's kind of shit at melee. The interesting thing about the flash thing, you can stagger enemies with it, and you can fire while boosting. Now, normally this would be an amazing combination, and as you can see, you can also fire while boosting the Vulcans, and they deal basically no build-up stagger, so it's kind of bad and inaccurate, but it's okay. And as you can see, also the flash grenade doesn't stagger when it's behind the enemy, so this is a very important thing. you have to shoot it at the face of the enemy. So that's what I mean by situational, and it has an 80-meter range, so it's very far from ideal. The Gatling gun does a decent amount of damage. I wish it was more, like I really wish it was more. And here, just to show the topple extra damage, I don't remember the name of the thing, but yeah, it exists. So use it. It's pretty good. Just shoot at people. It's a very good addition for support because you will already be shooting people. So if someone in your team downswings an enemy, you can deal more damage. So it's pretty nice. This start of the match is great to show that in terms of boost gauge, there is no boost gauge. So it's very, very small. Though the speed is actually quite decent. If you compare it to the Dom Barrage, for example, it has a bit more speed, but it has much less boost gauge, so it will end quite quickly. This is a bit of a problem, but again, this is not really a unit you tend to move too much in. So in the beginning I see the raid starting to attack my ally, so I pull out the Gatling cannon, and this is great for supporting allies. You have no risk of staggering them, and it deals a great amount of build-up stagger, so you can help stagger an enemy that is attacking an ally quite quickly. As you can see, I'll also have a bit of a contest with this, what is it called, the new Gundam EX, I think. It's a very interesting suit to go against because apparently it was trying to machine gun me. But that's not happening, buddy. This one is quite good machine gun. The problem is I can't hit my shots for the life of me, so yeah, that's on me. Anyway, the missiles are again very, very good. You can fire. They have a blast radius, so that's very useful. When you're going against enemies that are hiding behind a wall. And how the hell did I miss a point-blank shot with this thing? I don't know, but, you know, it happens. Important thing again, the main defensive option of this suit is the stabilization device. And what it does is when you, after a bit of time, when you kneel, so you kneel and it takes a bit of time for it to start. Don't try to do it in combat, it's better doing it before combat. But when it's active, it stops you from being able to tackle, but it also gives you stagger resistance. So this is very good. If you're used to like playing with shock dampeners, you kneel and you get shock dampeners. So this is a very, very good skill. I really like it in a lot of supports. And it's best in supports like this, that are more of like a walking weapons platform, because you can just sit on a place that is like very good and support your team from there without having the risk of being staggered. So it's very useful. Another very useful thing is when you kneel, you put your shield forward, so that can be very good for your like survivability. So I start to advance and I try to be a bit more aggressive, which is not great. But I'm able to take down one of the enemies that was weak. So again, don't try to compete against the Gatling cannon. The Gatling cannon it doesn't deal too much damage. Again, I think it should be increased a bit. But it does stagger quite quickly. So that's a very big plus. Talking a bit about the rifle, it's very useful. It's quite annoying, the 4-second charge time, which is like very bad. But it's very, very good for like general purpose, because you can charge it while you are in cover, and you can fire it uncharged when you need some damage. The fact it's 50% heat means you can deal quite a lot of damage. The problem though is that it has a 2-second cooldown, and that can be quite a problem. This suit is very good. It has the I forgot the name again of the skill, but basically what it does is that you need to get a direct hit from an explosive projectile so that you're staggered, and that's very good. Like you can see, the enemy Gundam EX fired a bazooka shot, and it hit my back, hit something in my back, and I was hit by the explosion, and I didn't get staggered, so that's very good. The fake beacon, though, is a very bad choice, and let me explain why. The Gatling cannon is basically like the meat and potatoes of the suit, okay? So for something that takes like a continuous fire to work, it's not very good, a very good skill, because you can basically just you can basically, like, you sit and you keep firing and you never get the fake beacon back up. It's good for some people that like to do like some shady stuff, but I mean, it's not something I like. If you like to use it, go for it. It's amazing. I really admire you, but I don't really feel this skill helps a lot. So it's almost the end of the match. This is not a great match, but I think the idea here is to bring a match where I show off the capabilities of the suit. Okay, so this was pretty much like the best match I got for this, and as you can see, there's a lot. The suit has a lot of things. I really like its design. Like visual design. It's mechanical design in terms of like mechanics in the game. Could be better, but anyway. So that was it. I hope you liked it, and I maybe will do a video comparing this suit and the Dom Barrage. So yeah, just tell me if you think it's interesting. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.